What if the most powerful currency in the world collapsed? Imagine waking up and your savings are suddenly worthless. Groceries cost 3 times more. Gas stations run dry. Banks are shut down. The world's financial heartbeat, gone in an instant. A dollar collapse means the US dollar rapidly and severely loses its value. It's not just inflation. It's a total breakdown of trust in the currency. In real terms, this would lead to hyperinflation, financial panic, and global chaos. This kind of collapse can be triggered by several factors. First, a US debt crisis, with national debt exceeding $34 trillion. If investors lose confidence in the US government's ability to repay, they may stop buying treasury bonds. To cover expenses, the Federal Reserve could print even more money, causing rapid inflation. Second, a loss of reserve currency status. Currently, over 60% of global reserves are held in US dollars. If major economies begin trading in other currencies, like the Chinese yuan, euro, or a new BRICS-backed alternative, the global demand for dollars drops sharply. Without that demand, the dollar's value plummets. Third, a geopolitical or domestic shock, a large-scale war, cyber attack on the US financial system, or a collapse in political stability could destroy investor confidence overnight. The dollar's perceived safety would vanish. If the dollar collapses, the consequences are immediate and far-reaching. Imports become unaffordable. Nearly every product Americans rely on, electronics, food, clothing, fuel, is imported or priced globally in dollars. A weaker dollar means everyday essentials become luxuries. Bank runs begin. Citizens rush to withdraw savings, but banks have limited cash on hand. Withdrawal limits are imposed. Trust in the financial system crumbles. The stock market crashes. Pensions, retirement accounts, and business investments lose value. Unemployment rises as companies cut costs and fail under pressure. Credit markets freeze. Loans become nearly impossible to get. Mortgages, auto loans, and business financing all disappear, paralyzing the economy. Internationally, the impact is just as severe. Most global trade is conducted in dollars. If the dollar collapses, countries holding US bonds lose value overnight. Emerging markets that rely on dollar-based debt face immediate defaults. Global oil and commodity prices surge. Allies and trading partners scramble to stabilize their economies. New currency alliances form. Global financial power shifts. The collapse of the dollar would trigger the largest economic realignment in modern history. Is this scenario likely? No, but it is possible. The US dollar remains dominant because of trust. Trust in US institutions, in the rule of law, in the military, in its economy. But no empire in history has kept its financial dominance forever. The Roman denarius, the British pound, the German mark, the Zimbabwean dollar, each was once powerful. Each eventually collapsed. To survive a dollar collapse, individuals and governments must be prepared. Diversification is key across currencies, investments, and geography. Real assets, land, commodities, infrastructure, hold value even when paper money does not. A strong domestic economy, political stability, and prudent monetary policy are essential defenses. The dollar is strong, but not invincible. History has shown that every currency, no matter how powerful, has its breaking point.